I think that's where the Breach Sovacom is significantly better.
You see that A control given up, but nobody watching onto the high ground angle. Texture back in a way, still flashed up. Won't be able to get too much done here. And GenG not able to flood defense in time. Smokes up. Might be looking for a bit of a contact play, but a call for the pause is made by Sen. They're just going to wait this one out for the util. Still holding it down. Go spam it away still. Adjustment from Sassy. It's good. Leaves it just down to Meteor. 1v3 here for our pistol. Can he do it? First obstacle removed. Plenty more where that came from though. Revealed up just on the last few minutes. Reloads off. Turret up. Catches one of the contacts, but Sentinels not willing to give them too much of a fight here. Sassy's so wide out into the open. 14 HP. Turret still up. Tens has to break this one. The single shot. Do it! Meteor! They missed the timing. Right behind now still. It's a bullet straight to the back. Now, potentially an opening for Sentinels. We'll attempt to slow this one down. They want to try and get rid of most of this util. There's a fault line to try and follow through Zekken. Got a lot in his face here still. Never to really shut them down. Meteor dodging the flash, up and away. Looking snappy and magnetic into the moment. Still a TP forward. Sentinels not to be disallowed this, but pushing through the one way. It is chaos incarnate. Down to that 1v2. Munchkin. Upgrade in hand. Now he's got to make the most of this one here. Sentinels cannot afford to throw away these player advantage situations. Not like how the pistol round got started for them. Dart is good. Spots out Munchkin now, but he's got a lot more to do. Molly at the feet. Sassy push back and away and wide. Bit of spam and straight bullets away. Gets the reload off, but there's only 6 left to him. He's got to do so much with it. Not able to, not against Sentinels there. In this instance, the discipline finally playing off angle to get ahead of this util that they might use to clear this, and he is ahead of the phone line. 2 removed. Drop just like that, pushing through though. JungQT quick to equalize. The 3v3. Into the moment still with 40 seconds left. There is room to breathe. Bit of a pause is called. Cage falls. Alongside the wall. Munchkin was not ready for that. Ferrari Peak in action here.
30 seconds left.
Tap, hoping that the rest of these players are going to come swinging out of the open, and it leaves it once more down to Meteor. 1v3. A miracle round for him on the pistol round that he did convert, but this one is a little bit more, at least tougher to chew through, isn't it? Contact's caught by John, and he will deliver them the round. Flick, and there's a dash into his face. How the hell do you avoid this? You don't! It's all supplemented. TP up into heaven. Tens is there for the backstab just in case, but Sassy was the one to clean it all up. And now you're just looking at a save.
That's so lovely. I mean, that's a wonderful play over towards Hay there. Adding the Soverall into the back of it too. Texture had an opportunity, but it was a tough flick to be able to get onto Zekken. He does the reverse peek, crossing over the bricks early.
Karon, he wants to press forwards. He spots the barrel. He knows that there's a kill to be found. Will claim it. Double peek is up, and the trade inside here for Sentinels. Seekers considered by Lackey now offloaded here just for that extra information. But Sentinels are still working with about a minute on the clock here. They can afford to just slow it all the way down. But Meteor, again, the risks have to be taken. He's the one pushed past and forwards most of his util. And he needs to find a kill from it.
Surely he has a free one on Tens.
Backs to it. He's watching the wrong angle, but yeah, Tens unaware. That could potentially be crossed up here. Sentinel's going for that quick reaction now. Full speed ahead over towards the C site.
And without Munchkin alive, no Viper Orb, C becomes much easier to hit. But there's always going to be that lockdown coming from Garage. How do you... not Garage, coming from... Whoa. What is that kind of placement? Just to make sure that it doesn't get contested?
I mean, Sentinel's going to be pushed all the way up onto site here. They can't actually fall back into the long angle flash. Just about dodge here. Zekken has dropped. This is disjointed here by Sentinels. The aftershock has to get used now. Meteor wrapping behind. And a coordinated attempt. Sentinels have only got 30 seconds to really work with into this one. Again with that player disadvantage. Tens, TP up top and away. And he spotted these players completely unaware. GenG still lucky. He's got to get a handle onto most of this one. Karon pressing forward. Smokes watched for. GenG have toppled.
That is an amazing play from Sentinels. GenG always flood defend and try to pre-take over towards B. Zellsis tapped that knowing it was coming. I mean, he knew with 100% confidence that they were about to push through that smoke. Hard red.
Stepping up late. Looking to send it straight through into the B side as well. A bit of spam into the smokes, aftershock as well. Nobody's going to be able to press their way forwards and past it, but TenZ does get dropped. That spam, I believe, coming out through the smoke. Trailblazer spotting it. Paranoia rolling front out for the back. Nobody's watching this one second. He's going to be dropped here, trying to fight for the site control. It's all over the place. Sentinels caught completely unaware, and a spray down transfer just does not connect. Everybody falls once more. This time, it's Sentinels. Another B attempt and push in, spots the player, spamming away. Somebody's to cover this one down and below. Stunned up, matters not. Second, just walking straight into this one. Still Karon is out and away. Karon delivers it side by side, him and Lakia. They push back any aggressors. And the spike drop down into no man's land. There are no chances left for Sassy.
Another spot where you feel like a GenG player's caught dead to rights, being double swung essentially. And the leader in terms of any Rookie of the Year awards pulls it out again, a 2K. Just a slight wiggle of the movement too, to shake off a few bullets.
Yeah.
Watching Karon is a delight.
This guy is so damn impressive, and he's even the one to finish it here. 5-5.
This just becomes so obvious.
Yeah, and again, the players are meeting their match. It's GenG happily able to just try and fight this one. Forwards, Hunter's Fury, though. That was the extra element needed. Lakia right from behind. Texture follows up with a shot, and still got to deal with these players. 2v2 now. 36 seconds left. Not enough with the offset of the movement. Lakia will be dropped. Texture 3 HP.
30 seconds left.
Looking this way, that way, head on a swivel, doesn't know which way to look. It's an impossibility almost at this point, but at least the spike isn't down. It's the one thing working for him. But the weaponry is not. Plant from Zellsis stuck, committed. Needs to be held out here.
Planted.
Weak players all around. It's all about this first shot that lands. Finally, needs a second one. Dash now active. Doesn't know where he is, and it's wrapped all the way round! Texture! You absolute animal! They put up all the barricades. They are ready to receive every single player. Fault line over and through. Lakia inside the Cloudburst plays. Once inside of it, the wall up in their face. Sentinels cannot step past it. It's up to Sassy and more. With only 15 seconds to do it. Your options are pretty much entirely ran out. Updraft and away. Fade away with a Blade Storm. It's a flourish to finish, man. And only a few seconds remain before GenG take this lead from first half of Haven. No time on the clock to play with. 7-5 will be what we stare at.
Cam sees a lot of this info, but it's only Zellsis home.
Yeah, peeking away. Just can't quite land the one shot that was necessary there. So Zellsis will push back that play that's occurring. The timing that's taken. Munchkin, oh, wide open. Right for the taking. John QT's dropped.
So they tap B, fake C, walk in on A.
And it's an open site. Potentially a closed case, but still Sentinels, they do have that retake utility in their back pocket, just waiting for it to potentially come online. 17 seconds until the dart. Not too sure for the fault line. Dash still available. See if for Zekken in the back pocket. They're worried about these flanking players as well. Might find it difficult to get through, at least with this ore, but as soon as it goes down, you might see them take that timing. They are so concerned about these mid flanks.
Not ready yet.
And now the time to strike is here. Texture is way ahead of it, inside the smoke. Any sort of timings the Sentinels were looking to try and take, they've missed it already. Texture still, Sassy. That's 2. They need more than that. And no one from GenG is willing to even give him it. Ice cold from them, a tap onto the spike. No one out into the open. He has to stick it for the only win con. GenG. They don't even spam, they're just all the way up, and it's all for free here. Paranoia, flash, it's all offloaded, concatenated, out and over the top as well. It's down to TenZ to hold it, locking it down. In through the back, the reset is magnanimous. This guy will not be stopped. He denies any attempt to take that A site.
Shadows traveling.
GenG left scrambling. They should have had that. A dash into sight, an amazing flash from Zellsis to actually push them back just a moment. And TenZ recovers after immediately being blinded in the midst of that exec. He's left on the floor in a 2v4.
That's what Sentinels needed. They're holding this one steady, giving up most of the A sites. Rifles are swapped around, noise is being made. Plant not even pushed back here, so Karon will be able to get that extension into the round, and got a feel with GenG. That's sometimes dangerous. You don't want to give them those options and opportunities. Oh, no. Karon inside the smoke, not being cleared out. Dodging, weaving, TPing away. Still being watched for Meteor. 1v2. Meteor cannot land it. The transfer almost intact, but eventually There's no way. There's absolutely no way Munchkin can be blessed like this once more! He's working magic over towards the A site. We're watching a bloody repeat. He's opened it up and calls for the TP, immediate pivot. Caron, he's straight there with him. Turret broken down into mid here, but the A site is theirs. Now with Texture removing John. The mid avenue completely opened up. Uncertainty into the back of Sentinels' minds, but they want to go this one thick and fast. Playing forwards here, at least with a dart in hand, and the rifles are not doing enough. It's Sassy and Zelsis up against the world. They're not being given even an easy fight in the slightest. The movement ajar, forced to save. Zelsis backing away.
And that is a brutal decision for Sentinels.
Sightlines of Texture. He's given up almost entirely and has put the squeeze onto the Sentinels player. They heard all that util. They don't know which way to look and they can't even get the kill drips online. Full line, that's a potential team utility to just colliding and clashing into them. Hunter's Fury. It's panicked, it's offloaded. And desperation does not work out for Sentinels, not this time. They did not know how to react to that.
Very nice pathing to bring out in a crucial round, and Texture's looking to close it.
And he's just right in his face. Right click, but followed up by Lack here. That's the 12th round. Meteor dashing and backing away, still with his B-side control. Texture, he's put straight past it. And in front of that fault line, still won't survive. He's with the trade there. Flash in and through, over the back, 4v4. Plant down, Norofef gives him that information, and a sight hold might be exactly what GenG are looking to cook up. Munchkin still with that orb up in their face. Dart and a paranoia follows through, flooding back and away. Side players cleared up, rolling thunder, committed now to the front. Sentinels have got to try and strike at least when he irons hard and try and find these kills. There's one, two left to deal with, finding them one after another. Just about escaping, 50 HP though, and now it's being fully committed. The Molly at their feet as well. They are separating these players, picking them apart. Nobody is allowed to anger this site. Instead of an execute, the pit drop down, man. And Tenza's got to make a play. He's already found it, whipping it around. Meteor, rifle in hand, leaving it to the two. And only the Blade Storm. A rifle for John QT. They're going to need to be handed a couple of easy kills, but Meteor will not give them anything at all. A 4K to finish up the map.
They've gone for that double sheriff approach.
And a double fight out through, straight from Tiles. Does not work out in their favor. Player disadvantage now.
Munchkin figuring out, how can I go for a lurk against this? It's a decent counter to what Munchkin was doing on the previous map, but also the fact that the wall is used so early. Generally, you want to be playing slow attack sides against the deadlock, and the wall struggles to get value.
Lakia might be considering a drone up close here. John, was that a grab net? Slow down the approach here. There's a flash overhead as well, but now looking to try and anchor back and away. Sassy supplementing it. Couple of shots now fired off and wrestled in through the smoke. No punish just yet. Still dropping down low, but it all lays down now into the lap of John QT. What can he do? A lot of players now here in the drop down, skipping a hot right through, and it does set up the bait and switch. Caron happy to oblige, straight in there. Now the plant coming online.
Zelsis coming around behind as well. Are they going to think about B main when they just exec from this?
Crossfire, it should be nice. Not quite. Munchkin was the only one to actually collect any sort of B main presence. Now walking his way through, baiting. Texture, dropping back and away. Texture and Caron. These guys have been difference makers. And once more, they've got to stand to the test here. The dart is avoided and dodged to the back, and the shots just not connecting for Sassy. Only 4 HP and a dream it will just remain to be. It's a pistol round for GenG. Tags onto Zelsis. The setup is going to be dropped down and away here, walking through.
I say that.
Sassy, bit of spam damage just through the choke point. GenG still going to get easy access though to that B site, so Plant will be online and inside for them. Second, biding his time, hoping that somebody will just open themselves up, but as the doors drop down, Texture, you got to be joking!
You're not allowed to do that!
There's no way! Running and gunning inside the Cloudburst. Taking names. 4v4. And too much to clear, surely. Meteor crouched up. This is unorthodox in terms of the angle, and of course it is. Rips them all away. The lowest here, and a lot's going to be asked for again of 10 to smoke down. What is that? Adjustment and expectation for Texture, but he's already in through the site, and the main players happy to fire through and follow up on all of it. So despite the heroics, it might not even be enough here for Sentinels. No command. Supers its way, but finally fading, and now a very deep lockdown is going to be used by Meteor. Drone broken, slight tag, double faced up and out, but just missing a shot.
Are they even going to get out?
I don't know. Detainment
All
on
three?
Yeah, all three.
All three
Time to hunt.
detained.
It's time to chase. They know it. They can feel it. Texture. Time waits out. Oh my. Barely skirting away. It's going to be a comedic finish at around here, potentially. A punishment in sight. There's still time here for Sentinels to make a play towards this one, but second retaken, but the operator again adds another level of difficulty. It's all about how they manage this one as well. That late backstab that might be occurring from Meteor. Is it going to be caught? Zelsis sticking out onto the fuse, half already. He's brought that win con, covering for it over the shoulder. Zelsis dropping him. Still a few shots fired off as well. That drone has to be broken. Zelsis locks it down, holds the line, and now evacuates back and away. An adjustment of bullet straight through the wall, and spam from Leoden will supplement all.
One enemy
That is it. Sentinels, complete control of this B site. Spike dropped down, and with the trip, alerting them exactly to where Munchkin's presence is. It's another round that's inevitable here for Sentinels, and at least that second one, Justin Flick missed, at least with the op.
It is inevitable.
It should be. Unless you give him the ones, we're blinded up. Tens, he's barely out of dodge annihilation. There's a connection. Molly down and
That's
through.
the spike.
Texture has to drop them. He's through and out. They're going to try and flood themselves in. GenG happy to fight them straight back at you. Second, Bladestorm now increasing that tempo and even offered up a rifle. Charon now with the plant. 2v3. Dart fired off. No reveals in sight, but jumps round and through and away with a right click. Zekken, he's on his way to an ace. But Lackey in his back pocket, at least with that Hunter's Fury, he's got that backup plan and policy. Charon still going to be nested up, holding deep tucked onto the A side. It's a difficult player to try and clear. And Sentinels now making a call to double up. They don't have a dart. It's 20 seconds until that arrives, and it's going to be too late if they try and wait this one out and through. Time already ticking. Smoke is just mind games from Charon, making them spam away, and they got to stick this one here, and they still haven't found it. Win cons are just dashed away to the win. Time? And there is no time. Ticking at this point. Sassy knows it. GenG with their fifth. Nice, stunned up, but there's no follow-up. Tens, he can't take these easy fights. He's worried about it. He swung from main as well, picked it apart. I mean, methodical is what you call that. GenG, there was no easy access, no fair fight to be taken for the anchoring players. Dodging and weaving the entire way through.
The GenG protocols on the attack, when they hit the A site, they're magnificent. They're always guns out.
Early paranoia. Lets him take that control out towards A. Tens in through Wine. He's in danger though. Has to dodge and around way. Can't survive it. Karen out the back. John QT. That's a bullet to the brain. With him dropped off now, there's possibilities and options are now opening themselves here for Sentinels. The barrier mesh not to be broken. Doesn't even stop the bullets as well. Still with those sight lines just being set by these Sentinels players. Zekken's got it.
Great adaptation from Sen. Surely GenG can't recover it.
There's no way.
I mean, John is stuck here.
They know where he is. There's a now swarm to try and clear him out of that corner.
If it hadn't missed, John would be a dead man.
And he has called for the reinforcements. Two players ready to at least swing off of his contact. Dart is broken here and through John. Finally delivering the reset from Meteor. Not enough to see. Dropping them off here with an ult command. It's going to be sweeping through now. Dart around to the side. Texture is not watched for. This guy was already just fast up onto the line, and with all the util down, again, you might as well roll out the red carpet. Plant down now. GenG are ready. They've got the protocols in place just in case there are signs of that util. Meteor holding it tucked up close as well. There's no follow-up. Again, still up and over. Able to trade it. The door into their face and a full sight defense occurring here by GenG. Nobody looking to try and repurpose out through A main. Everybody locked onto the sides here, but the one way they choose to fight this one. They want to hold it down, and again, this retake is getting more and more difficult. Dart immediately dealt with. Time is ticking away. Sentinels running out of those options. Double up, high-low. Gonna try and push them back and away. Lackey, last one left, and he will fall in the end. So, takes it out of Wine, and there's plenty more players where that came from. GenG, we're going to try and go into this one. Fast tempo, increased Tens, taken out. Zekken followed up to trade in sight. Only gets the one down, which was Texture. Dart revealing quite a few of them. Locked down by Meteor. This is unconventional.
I like it though. You know, we saw Sentinels before get 3 detained and still win the round. They're in a 3v4 situation here though, and this should allow a great plan. I mean, this one also planted for short. If they wanted to send somebody on a wraparound,
very heads up.
Perhaps Lakia is going to take that option.
Right here.
Things around here. Drone's going to be used again. Set that stage here. Tag up. Got to remove it. It's first piece of util for it, but GenG. Stalwart defense that they've really cooked up here now that they've at least taken control of the site. Look at that. As soon as they hear the footsteps in the util, it's a dart and spam out from below, and already the players have repositioned. Spike is ticking away, and Sentinels realize it. So much uncertainty, rapid into their heads. They spot the player, Texture shoulder just peeking out, and yet still squares up to it. The challenge is met. And now drop down onto the site. Options thoroughly opened. GenG having to take their timing with it. You can look at the peak timing, but still missing with the shot as well. He can't quite do it. Has to pull out the shorty. Second, not a chance. Doesn't stand it. And leaves it to just 2. Munchkin is low. Could be an opening. Lakia will fall.
This is
movement in play.
So doable for Sentinels. The health advantage is massive.
Now picking up the upgrade too with a rifle. Cam should be clearing at least a portion of it, but you don't know there's blind spots. Munchkin peeks. They know where he is. 4 seconds until the dart. Spamming away into hell. Just in case that reposition is there. Dart round towards the back. They spot the main player out. They're all falling low. And again, it has to be Munchkin as that playmaker finds the one. Peak in timing off of it. Only 5 bullets left, but a tap from Sassy as well. It's all so unlikely for him, and he needs to hit the second. Time ticking. Forced to stick it, and time not enough on Sen's side.
Gravnet trips, stuns.
Fernando, the util is going to be lacking ever so slightly onto the pistol. Zelsis forced to lock down. Watch this flank angle. Just gets barely the 2 shots off. Not enough to drop care on. So the trade is there, but Zekken taking a cheeky peek. Up through heaven, clears that one out, and now has to be aware that there is that flank occurring. Watchful eyes perched up. Probably a high-low as well, and the smoke make it nice and easy. Karon trying to at least split up the site. Create that timing and opening for Meteor potentially there. He's already out though, and the players are straight through and out. The whiff might cost them still. Dart forwards, forces the issue out of Texture, and they do clean it up. So Sentinels.
Right,
so GenG are kind of aware of this one. Munchkin is an off angle, and he's got to deliver. Will do with the first. Occasion his face, preemptive spam will lay claim to a multitude of kills. And it leaves it just down to 10s, up and over, not enough. Can't overcome it. Tucked up to crossfire setup. Logs to the corner. Lakia has to do a lot here. It's running and gunning to trade it up, but they weren't expecting, and again Meteor delivers. To death blow. And it might just be an around-winning moment. Indeed it is. A 3-piece to finish it. Again, sowing misinformation. Shot missed though. Hunter's Fury. This feels like it's quite a committed push. And damage done, even a kill for Sassy may be enough to pave the way. It calls for that reinforcement. Karon instantly TPs.
Very good ult from Sassy. Very good read to now go for an A-split.
They've pulled these players apart, but Munchkin again could be that thorn in their side once more. Weapon glowing. This guy is on fire. Gravnet gets that confirmation potentially there. Flood defending in, right through the back. Annihilation and clearing in and through. Sentinels do have the necessary plays. You don't want to be handing care on too many more though. They're doubled up holding this one. Side by side. Bit of spam hailing down the lead, so
when Lakia and Karon are willing to be that aggressive, it allows Texture to do this.
This is not potentially getting cleared off. Angle traded. But again, reinforcements are there. Out through the back of the side. That's Tens committing! Karon! He dominates the smoke. He will not be stopped. And a paranoia puts Tens in his place. They have not slowed down a beat. Up and over. Bladestorm in the hands. Texture is releasing. Just absolutely unbelievable form.
I can't use that.
Sentinels left to stew and simmer.
Knives back out though for Zekken.
Munchkin will fade away. Knives out, but back to the wall. Texture reveals his position. 3 left available to work with. Blinded up Meteor. He spots it, betrayed by the barrel. A 2-0 finish. GenG.